Alright, all you Streetlight Crusaders, welcome back to the Tuesday Night Special, and now it's time to talk about what happened on the second half of Monday Night Raw from Boston, Massachusetts. And we almost forgot to mention to you guys during the first half, after the match was over with Buddy Murphy against Akira Tozawa, Buddy Murphy decided to knock on the door of Aleister Black, not once but twice, and played a little bit of ding-dong bitch. But unfortunately, after the second attempt of trying to knock on the door of Aleister Black, Aleister would be there to answer with a serious look on his face and a little bit of trouble for the best-kept secret of 205 Live. Or Monday Night Raw in this case, but either way, his name may not matter because he may fade to black by messing with Aleister Black. And with that potential match of the year that may happen in the near future, the next match that we have up features Eric Rowan going one-on-one against Alex Malcolm? You know, I'm not even gonna try with this one, folks, because you all know what's gonna happen. This guy who is about 105 pounds soaking wet with bricks in his pocket, trying to go up against Eric Rowan, yeah, he lost. But this week, folks, he would have a little bit of a fighting chance thanks to the Bollywood boys coming out trying to run out with their 24/7 championship. And in the process, would get involved in this match, leading to Rowan doing a triple cross body and then beating the living crap out of both Singh brothers, then going back inside the ring to finish the job by doing an Iron Claw choke slam to Alex, causing him to cave into the ring at this point and go splat in the worst way known possible for him to lose this match via pinfall. And after that little bit of a beating to Alex Malcolm in the middle, next thing you know, the Bollywood boys who would be looking for medical attention backstage would run into Dr. R-Truth, who would then decide to pin one of the Bollywood boys for the 24/7 championship, becoming a 22-time champion, only to lose it later on in the week due to a WWE correspondent or employee, and then getting it back again from that employee to become a 23-time 24/7, 747, 711 Big Gulp champion via pinfall. So for those who are keeping track at home, he is just less than 6 wins away from beating the all-time championship reign record of one Raven. And I got a feeling he's most likely going to beat that before we head into the next pay-per-view after this one, which I think is tables, ladders, and chairs. I could be wrong. And after that little bit of championship scramble moments, folks, the next thing to take place on Monday Night Raw would involve none other than the Frankenstein monster himself, Kevin Owens, going one-on-one against the Chosen One, aka the Scottish Terminator himself, Drew McIntyre. And during this match, action would go back and forth, including Kevin Owens getting a deadly driver off the apron into the barricade by one Drew McIntyre, and then Kevin Owens responding back with a beautiful super kick to the face and even a cannonball in the corner. And then things would get even more violent for Kevin Owens when he would receive, I guess, a modified version of a Death Valley driver on the apron, almost sending him to get counted out on the outside of the ring, for him to go back into the ring, respond back with a pop-up powerbomb for a near fall, only for Drew McIntyre to hit harder with a Claymore kick for a near fall, and even a Future Sock DDT that did not end this match. But then when Kevin Owens would hit not one but two separate stunners, next thing you know, the King of Kings and the headman of NXT would make his way down to the ring and then give Kevin Owens an offer that he couldn't refuse. Because not only he would give him a bottle of water after that hellacious match that went nowhere, but then he would tell him he saw something in him that the main roster didn't. The fact that he was built for NXT, that he doesn't fit the mold of the main roster, or Raw or SmackDown, the fact that both GMs didn't want him, the fact that he was rebellious, and the fact that he didn't care about his own best friend just to get to the top, and tried to make him star screen his way back to NXT. Because for those who didn't know, he was called up to the main roster. He didn't go up there by choice. And before he could give a coherent answer to Triple H, next thing you know, the Undisputed Era will make their way out and make a decision for Kevin Owens by beating the crap out of him, leading to an all-out war between both the Raw and SmackDown locker room, trying to beat the crap out of NXT. And after that little miniature war that went off between Raw and NXT, the next thing to take place on Monday Night Raw would be an impromptu warning backstage from Paul Heyman to one Rey Mysterio announcing that the match now is no holds barred between Brock Lesnar and Rey Mysterio for their championship match at the Survivor Series, for Rey Mysterio to accept and to say that he's gonna finally get revenge for his son Dominic. And I got a feeling on his road to revenge, it may lead to a Category 5 storm that I got a feeling he may not be able to handle. But Rey Mysterio will rebuttal by saying that he's gonna bring his pipe with him on Sunday, so chances are he may have some form of fighting chance against the Storm known as Brock Lesnar. Now, I'm surprised no one nicknamed him that yet, but I might as well give him that nickname for now. Yeah, it will work. And after that little bit of tender, loving care between Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic that did show up to support his father for this little moment, the next match to take place on Monday Night Raw would be none other than Natalya going one-on-one against Asuka. And during this match, action will go back and forth, including Asuka doing a nasty spinning back fist to the face of one Natalya. But unfortunately, this match would come to an end again after Kairi Sane would end up getting up on the apron to try to cause some mess between Natalya and company, only for her to get a nasty kick to the side of the head and Asuka to win this match via pinfall. And yeah, this is the reason why you need to keep your eye on the ball at all times when fighting against the Empress of Tomorrow, because a kick can find your head at a moment's notice when you're not paying attention. And the next thing to take place on Monday Night Raw would feature none other than Randy Orton and Ricochet going one-on-one against the War Machine themselves, the Viking Raiders. And the only reason this match is going down, folks, is because unfortunately Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, who is making their way to the ring or getting an announcement that they would be getting a shot at the Tag Team Championships, would be short-lived due to the fact that the Authors of Pain would make their way toward the interviewing section, almost kiss one of the members of the Major Brothers, and then decide to beat the crap out of them, hitting them with a flapjack and I do believe a gut-wrench suplex on the floor, all while toe-tapping them and giving them the boots medium style circa Metalocalypse, for them to lie in the ground in a heap, and for, I guess, some backstage personnel to say that the team of Randy Orton and Ricochet getting a match between the Viking Raiders to close out Monday Night Raw for this week. And most would say that would be a simple enough solution that, hey, they're gonna have a good match. You know, back and forth action, trying to beat the crap out of each other to prove who's the best. But unfortunately, that would be short-lived because after not only Ricochet would suffer a tiger knee from Rowan or Ivar on the outside of the ring, Randy Orton would do a back suplex on the apron, and then that's when all hell would break loose backstage, leading to SmackDown invading Raw, throwing Mojo Rawley into an equipment case, and even beating the crap out of people backstage while the match was still going on, which would soon end once SmackDown would make their way to the ring and fight against Raw. Then NXT would decide to get involved, and after dispatching both Raw and SmackDown, NXT who had circled the ring like sharks, would try to take on Randy Orton and Ricochet, only for Ricochet to hit a recoil and Randy Orton to hit an RKO on anything that moved, but for their plan to unfortunately unfold in a bad way, for them to get attacked in the ring, for the SmackDown people who invaded, which included Heavy Machinery, Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, and a litany list of other superstars who were a blue blur between the red superstars who were out there trying to beat the crap out of people, led by Seth Rollins, for Triple H to pop up on the screen and say, "I've had enough, and now you're gonna find out who's the dominant brand, because on Wednesday night for NXT, it's an open invitation for both Raw and SmackDown to come get some." For, I guess, all teams to just still beat the crap out of each other inside of the ring, for Raw to close out in another chaotic way before a pay-per-view once again. And despite the chaos of how this week started with the Indie Radio Arcade leading things off, folks, we will be reviewing the Survivor Series warfare that will take place this upcoming weekend by having our own match card review as usual for this Friday's edition of Music Village. And I can't wait to tell you who team or what team is going to win that Survivor Series for brand supremacy for this year. And with that said, folks, we might as well head back into this music, and when we return, we'll be back with more of this Streetlight Delight as the Tuesday Night Special rolls on right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.